Diane and Denmark here. I hope you're fine and well. I usually say that I'm channeling my granny, you know, wearing my crystals. Today I am actually channeling my dearly departed dad. He would often wear a boiler suit when he was tinkering. So, Dad, I'm thinking of you today. Something a wee bit different for you today. It is the Whitsun holiday here in Denmark. As I've said before, church and state are linked. It's the Lutheran Christian church, so we follow all the Christian holidays and we pay church tax. You can opt out of it. All religions are welcome. The state supports a lot of different religions. But as I said, we follow the Christian calendar for holidays. So when you see this on Monday, I will be enjoying time with the family. But I thought we'd do something a wee bit different today. And guess where we are? We are in the garden room. And you'll see in a wee minute. And I'm going to be doing a wee spot of cleaning in here because when you see this, it will be Monday. And I'm just going to show you, we're actually in 2 Flylady Zones this week. So we're in Zone 1, which is entry hall dining room, and also, next page please, also in the kitchen. Now please don't worry about this. I've been kind of using up my control journal, you know, house management binder, my Hygge Home thing. The last few weeks I've added in some lists, and they're all on my blog, dianedenmark.com. And these are just for inspiration. I've put them according to my cleaning needs. And also, you know, we've got the ideas of what you can stock up on when you're in a zone, things to do in the garden by zone, so it's all by zone. But the main thing that I want to say to you is whenever you start some cleaning, and remember, when you're starting with Flylady, the only 2 things that you need to do are your morning routine and your evening routine. If you can really just be consistent with that, everything will fall into place. We've really got to stop that thing with thinking, I'm going to, you know, declutter the whole area and clean the whole house, because what happens is we're not consistent with the basics, and then we do all this marathon cleaning sessions, but we don't kind of get ourselves boosted up. You know, we're not getting enough sleep, we're not getting enough food, we're not getting dressed to shoes, so we're always kind of chasing our tails. Anyway, Tweet and Spark, you're going to help me today, and I'm going to clean in here, do just my usual thing. I'm just going to do 15 or 20 minutes. Oh, hold on a wee minute. And the reason that I normally don't clean in here they come, is because, one, the noise factor, and also the birds, they belong to my DS20, my dear son. This is, that's Tweet, and that, oh, hold on, no, that's Sparky, and that's Tweet here. On my shoulder, if you like a pirate. So normally my son does the cleaning in here, and then I just help out by doing things like the windows, and I count this area as part of my Zone 1, which is the hall. I know, in a wee minute. The hall, the entryway to the house. It just makes sense to me because this area goes into the hall. So anyway, let's get started. I'll give them a few wee treats, and I'll try and place the camera so that you can get, yeah, I know that they've learned how to get into the food. Get out of there. So anyway, I'll give them some treats and let's get started, okay? And you might want to put your earphones on. Right. And we normally only feed them in the cage, but this is their little treat thing. There we are. Yeah, it's the same for both of you. Okay, and for you. There you go. Okay. No fighting. No fighting. No fighting. There you go. Right, can we get started? And I'm just going to do my usual thing. Got the feather duster. Yeah, they're scared of the feather duster. They think it's some kind of big bird. I'm just going to go around the room clockwise. Yeah. Right, and behind you. Meanwhile, you can watch the birdies. There we are, down the corners. Up here. Oh, there was a feather. One of my feathers fell out. On the top here. this room, this is part of the house. This is exactly as it was when we moved in. We just made a few changes. Our house is from 1933, and this is actually a built-in garden room with, hold on, if I can put you down a bit, with the kind of planters. There's built-in planters here, and the birds, they like to run around the room, and they also like to dig in the earth. Yeah, they're like little toddlers. Anyway, I'm gonna I've done the corners, and I've done the ceilings, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clean some of the windows. And when I'm in here, you know, usually I would use the stuff that I use in the rest of the house, but in here I just use a mix of water and a wee spot of vinegar, because I don't like to use any chemicals around the birds, obviously. And normally I would do this kind of thing with them in their cage and the doors open, but just as a special wee treat, let's do it with the birds out. So let me get up on the windows. Right, I'm just going to jump up here behind. Okay, are you ready for a quick squish squish? Squish squish squish. Squish squish squish. Yeah. Okay, now I've got my Flylady purple rag, just the usual. Right, that's one done. And these windows take a wee bit longer because of course they are huge windows and we've got a lot of them. And because the birds are flying free, they sit in windowsills and they kick up the dirt. But we love them. And I'm sure if you've got pets, you know, all pets come with their different things that need attention. Right, on to the second one. And here. Need a wee bit more. Yeah, especially the bits at the bottom, because as I said, they like to run around here and look out at the birds outside. Right, that's that one done. Right, on to the next one. I'm just going to move the birds. Yeah. There we are. I'll put you there. Here you go. Oh, now they're up in the now they're up in the tree. Squish, squish. I'm here. I'm just turning the cloth around. Maybe I can point the camera up and you can see them up in the tree. Okay, they're off again. Now I'm going to climb up here. I'm behind you. Right, and just to show you, it gets quite mucky in here. And I'm turning my rag round again. I'm almost finished this third window. Right, and I'm going to go on to the last window on this side. I'm not going to do them all today. Squish, squish, squish. Oh, and I've even written their name on the bottle, so that we know what that one's for. Yay, what a difference. Something you don't know about these little tiny lovebirds is that they are really good at nibbling stuff, and if you're not careful, they'll nibble your ears. And it's not because they're trying to be aggressive, but it's just a kind of way of showing affection. So watch out if you've got any kind of dangly earrings or dangly earlobes. And the other thing that they love to nibble is wallpaper. Now you can see at the top of that freezer, that freezer is actually also part of the house. That is Diana, goddess of the moon, and goddess of the hunt, which is kind of funny because my name is Diane, so it was kind of a wee bit spooky when we moved into this house. But you can see that they have nibbled all the wallpaper at the top and at the back of the cage. And you know what, that's fine, it's just one of those things, and we don't worry about it. As long as we've got the birds, this is actually, you know, this is their room, and this is where we like to sit, you know, and just take a chill moment with them and watch them running around in the earth here. So anyway, I hope you had a fun, different kind of cleaning session with me today. Remember, don't worry about getting everything checked off the list. And don't even think that thought of thinking, oh, I need to go and print out a list before I get started. You don't need to have anything to get started. You just need to roll up your sleeves and you know, use some elbow grease. You don't need any special things. And all I've got left to say to you is live long and prosper. May the Danish wee birdie who could be with you, and I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.